Good morning, students. My screen is visible. Okay. So the last class
Yes,
we studied. Okay, okay. So in the last class we studied about some thumb rules, bar bending schedule, and mass hall diagram. Okay. So today, quickly, I want to give you an overview of and how will you do an estimate of buildings. Okay. So basically, estimation is a technique of calculating or computing the various quantities and the expected and expenditure to be incurred on a particular work or project. In case the funds are available are less than the estimated cost, the work is done in part or by reducing it or specifications are altered. The following requirements necessary for preparing any estimates is number one is drawing, like plan, elevation, and sections of important points. Next is the detailed specification, which I'll talk about specification in the next module. Detailed specification about workmanship and properties of material, etc. Standard schedule of rates of the current year. These are the three important things you will need to do an estimation. Then units of measurement, which plays an important role. The units of measurements are mainly characterized by their nature, shape, and size, and for making payments to the contractor and also. So, different works for different works, different units of measurements are there. Like for electrical appliances, number of numbers. Then for plastering, it is meter square. Then for concrete, it is meter cube. So these are the different units of measurement. Based on that, rate is fixed, and contractor is to pay the payments to the laborers. The principle of units of measurement normally consists single unit work like door. These are the single unit work that can be considered in terms of numbers. Doors, windows, trusses is expressed in numbers. Works consist linear measurements involves like length like cornice, fencing, handrail. So these handrail, cornice, fencing, all these are considered for only length. Band of specified width, etc. Here it is showing my network is not good. Is it? Are you able to hear me? Screen
yes,
and
ma'am.
okay. So works consist aerial surface measurements involves area like plastering. It will need the surface area. Okay, whitewashing, partition of specified thickness, etc. All these are expressed in meter square. So plastering, whitewashing, painting, where you have just this length and breadth, that is the surface area over the surface area will have meter square. So the unit of measurement will be square meter square or square meter. Now work consists cubical contents which involve volume like earthwork, cement, concrete, masonry. All are expressed in cubic meter or meter cube. These are different units of measurement. Now, rules for measurement is that measurement shall be made for finished item of work, and description of each item shall include material, transport, labor, fabrication tools, and plants, and all types of overheads for finishing the work in required shape, size, and specifications. This is the number one rule. Number one, two is booking. That means when you note down the detail in the book, in order shall be in sequence of length, breadth, and height or thickness. So the in estimating book where you write the estimation, I mean you do the calculation or you make the estimate part. So the work should be in order. Suppose you cannot write. Suppose if I have when we start a building construction, we start with foundation, right? Foundation, then after foundation, then DPC plinth, then DPC, then wall construction, like that. So you have to write everything, every detail in sequence. You cannot write first plastering, then you writing about the foundation. No, so everything will be in sequence. All work shall be measured subject to the following tolerance. So these are the tolerance. The linear measurement you are doing, so you can shall be measured nearest to 0.01. That means you have to take like 2.05 till 2 digits you have to take. Okay, and for till meter, and for area it's 0.01 square meter, and for cubic contents also you have to take till 0.01 cubic meter. Mind it. Okay, you may get MCQ questions from this part. The same type of work under different conditions and nature shall be measured separately under separate items. So in same type of work, suppose in foundation, the length and you have step foundation, suppose like this. Suppose in this part you are just using PCC, plain cement concrete, or you suppose just suppose the mortar, cement mortar you are using, but here you are using concrete. It is the same thing, but you have to write both separately. Okay, you have to write both separately. It will come under both separately. The bill of quantity shall fully describe the materials, proportion, and workmanship. So the bill should describe what material you have used, how much proportion, and accurately represent the work to be executed. In case of masonry, stone or brick, or structural concrete, the categories shall be measured separately and the height shall be described. From foundation to plinth, you have to mention the height also, from plinth to first floor, and from first to second floor, and so on. Next, what is the requirement of estimation and costing? I guess you are familiar why we need estimation and costing. Next, these are the procedure of estimating or method of estimating. It involves preparing detailed estimate, calculating the rate of each unit of work, then preparing abstract of estimate. Right? We discussed about this in the last class. So this is the procedure. These are the datas required, drawings, all the specifications and the rates. Drawings. If the drawings are not clear and without complete dimension, the preparation of estimation become very difficult, because if drawing, if it is not mentioned that what is the length, what is the breadth, what is the height, then how will you how will you measure, right? So, or how will you take out the quantities? So if you can't take out the quantities, how will you multiply it with the rate, and how will you get the cost? So everything depends on the first criteria is the drawing. Next, specifications. If general specification, and there's one more category of detailed specification. General specification are those this give the nature, quality, class, and work and materials in general terms to be used in various parts of work. Like what material you are going to use, how much should be the grade, what should be the quality. Okay, it helps know form a general idea of building. Now, this gives the detailed description of various items of work, laying down the quantities and qualities of material, their proportion, the method of preparation, workmanship, and execution of work. So, in this in detail, it will also mention the how you will prepare and how to execute that particular work. I hope you are getting the rough idea how you do the estimation, how estimation starts, what are the data required, right? Now rates. Preparing the estimate, the unit rates of each item of work are required. So for each item, you should know how much is the rate. For arriving at the time, let me add some students. They are coming now. Okay, for arriving at the unit rates of each item, the rates of various material to be used in the construction, cost of transport materials, and all the wages of labor, skilled or unskilled, masons, carpenters, etc. Okay, you have to know the rate of each items. For lump sums, while preparing an estimate, it is not possible to work out in detail in case of T items. Items other than civil engineering, such as items, are called lump sum items or simply LS items. So, under that estimation, you also mention one. There will be one part of LS or LS items, which is lump sum. And for the following are some LS items in the estimate. like water supply and sanitary arrangements, electrical installation like meter, motor, etc. Architectural features, contingency and unforeseen items. In general, certain percentage on the cost of estimation is allotted, as I have discussed. Okay, we will discuss how much charges uh, for different conditions. We used to take a particular percentage. Okay, for the above LS items. Even if sub-estimates prepare or at the end of execution of work, the actual cost should not exceed the LS amounts provided in the main estimate. So in the main estimate also, provided from the the party which has given us the work, they will also add some amount for LS. But our LS should not be more than the main LS of main estimate. Work charge establishment. So this is very important point. During the construction of a project, considerable number of skilled supervisions, work assistants, watchmen, etc. are employed on temporary basis. The salaries of these persons are drawn from the LS amount allotted towards the work charge establishment. This is the chart to establish the work over a particular area or over a particular site. The expenditure you are making is known as work charge establishment. This establishment which is charged directly to work, an LS amount of 1.5 to 2% of the estimated cost is provided towards the work charge estimation. So for work charge estimation, we generally take 1.5 to 2% of the total cost of the project as work charge establishment. So how much money you have spent on establishing the site or prepared the site for the work. Now there are different once this part is over, you have then you the next is the main important thing is the method of taking out quantities. Now you need to take out the different quantities for different work. Just give me a minute. So I have long wall short wall method, center line method, and partly center line and short wall method. This is not in your course. I think these two methods have been described in your practical classes. So you can take out the different quantities in the estimate with the help of long wall, short wall method and center line method. Now about the detail estimate. This is a complete form of detail estimate. We used to mention the serial number, description of item, number, length, breadth, height, and we multiply it to get the total quantity. Explanatory notes, if you need some explanation how you got the length, how you got the breadth, you can mention here. Now the complete this detailed estimate is divided into various items of work such as earthwork, concreting, brickwork, RCC, plastering, etc. Okay, under earthwork, suppose description is earthwork. Under earthwork, there may be various subheadings. Okay, then under brickwork, there may be many subheadings like that. Quantities are calculated by multiplying the values that are in numbers column to depth column as shown in below. So you use the quantity by multiplying length, breadth, and height to the number. Abstract of estimated cost. So the cost of each item of work is worked out from the quantities that already computed in the detail measurement form at workable rate. But the total cost is worked out in the prescribed form is known as abstract estimate. And 4% is allotted for all the supervision, contingency and unforeseen. This is an abstract estimate. The detail estimate should come accompanied with the report, specifications, drawings, design charts and calculation, and standard schedule of rates. So before preparing an estimate, you should have in your hand the whole report about the project, all the specification, drawings, design charts, and standard schedule of rates. What are the rates? These are the factors to be considered while preparing detailed estimate. I think we have discussed this. Quantity and transportation of materials, location of site, local labor charges. Now, process of working out the cost or rate per unit of each item is called as data. Now, in preparation of data, the rates of materials and labors are obtained from current standard schedule of rates. And while the quantities of materials and labor required for one unit of item are taken from standard data book. Now, fixing of rate per unit of an item. With the quantity of material cost, the requirement of material is taken strictly in accordance with standard data. The cost of this includes first cost, freight, insurance, etc., or transportation charge. Cost of labor, cost of equipment, overhead charges. So these are the charges is considered. You can fix the rate as per unit of an item. Now, these are the methods of preparation of an approximate estimate. Plinth area method, cubical content method, unit based method. So, plinth area method, we just take the plinth of the, how much is the plinth area of a building. Okay. So, multiply that with the current rate to get the total cost of the uh, building, you can say. Okay. Now, cubical content, let's see. This method is generally used for multi-storied building. And this is your single storied or two storied generally. Okay. The cost of construction is determined by multiplying plinth area rate. This is for multi-story building. It is more accurate than the other two methods, that is plinth and unit base. Cost of a structure is approximately calculated as the total cubical content, that is whole volume of building, multiplied by local cubical rate. Means to multiply the whole length and the volume of building is obtained by length, breadth, and depth or height. The length and breadth are measured out to out of walls, excluding the plinth of set. The cost of string courses. Okay, so in cubical content method, what you do? You take out the length and breadth, plinth area. In the plinth area, you'll get the length and breadth, right? Multiplied with the height of the building, you will get the total volume. Multiplied with the rate, you will get the whole cost of the building. Cost of building is volume of building into rate per unit volume. So volume is length, breadth and height. If you multiply, you will get the volume. Multiply with the rate, you will get the area. So here one example is given. Prepare an approximate estimate of building project with total plinth area of all building is 800 square meter from the following data. So plinth area is given. Plinth area is your 800 meter square. Plinth area rate is 4,500 per square meter. The cost of building, you can find this area multiplied by the rate. So this is the cost of the building. Now see, in that they have added cost of water supply, 7.5% of cost of building. So this is the cost of building. Now you have to get the approximate estimate of the building. This is the cost of the building. Plus you have to add cost of water supply will be 7.5% of cost of building. That means you have to add for cost of water supply 7.5% of this amount. Now for cost of sanitary and electrical installation, you have to take 7.5, again 7.5% of cost of building. So you have to add all these extra costs to get the total cost. So these are the 7.5%. For sanitary, 7.5%. There it is written 7.5, then but they have taken here 15%. So you do as per questions, okay. Then for architectural features, roads and lawns. So these were the givens. These were givens. These all the extra percentage were given. Just you have to add that, you have to take out the percentage of the total cost of building and then you have to add. There is some supervision charges will be 8%. Now that the total cost of the building is this amount. This is the total cost of the building. Next, cubical content method is given. Number of stories 3. Plinth area and height of each story is given. Multiply the plinth area with the height of each story plus number of story. That means, suppose in plinth area, what you do, just plinth area of the whole building. On this plinth, the building is this is the building, and this is its plinth area. Over this building is standing up. Right. So in plinth area, what you do, just you multiply the length breadth with the rate. But in cubical content, what we do, we multiply the length into breadth into the whole height of the building. The height of the building, how you can find? Height of each story is given 3.5. Number of stories 3. So you can get the height of the building. You can directly multiply this height of the building with the plinth area to get the cubical content. Now this is my cubical content. Multiply with the rate, you will get the total cost of the building. That is 52.5 lakh. Now these are the other provisions you have to take out and add to get the total cost. Next is the unit base. This is based on the numbers. You can find the find out the estimate of a hostel, I think hostel building, or number of beds of hospital. So it is mentioned here, prepare an approximate estimate or rough cost estimate of a hospital building for 50 beds. Cost of construction altogether for each bed is 60,000. There are number of 50 beds total in a bed, and cost of one bed is 60,000. So just multiply with the 50, you will get the total cost of hospital building. Unit base means you will use one particular unit. The unit is given in terms of numbers. Just you have multiply with the rate. Next, to prepare the rough cost estimate of a hostel building which is accommodate 150 students. Again, it is a unit based method. Number of students is given and cost of one student is 15,000. So just multiply. This is the amount. This you can practice with the help of long wall and long wall and short wall method or center line method to find out the length, breadth, and height, or to take out the quantities. This is an example. The subheading of earthwork excavation foundation wall. These are the long walls. Two long walls were there. They have take out the length, breadth, and height to get the total quantity. Here it is an explanation given how you got the length, how you got the depth, and how you got the again the length of short wall. Now this amount is summed up. Total earthwork excavation quantity is 24.192. Next, cement concrete 1:4:8. They have mentioned, see, bed for foundation. So for this they have taken out the quantities. This is the sum up. So likewise, there will be all different works. On the different works, different quantities will be there. You have to do some deductions for openings also. So likewise, in this way we'll do the estimation, and at the end we'll sum up all the quantities to get the total cost of the now this is the total quantity. Now in abstract of cost, just multiply each quantity with the rate to get the total cost. This is one more example with the help of center line method, I guess. Earlier one was long wall short wall method, this one is center line method. If you have ND Bhatt, you can purchase book ND Bhatt for estimation. There are beautiful, lot of examples are given. You can purchase if you want. You will get ebooks also. This all thing is in your practical classes. That's why I'm not discussing here, as it is not in my course. So this is all about your specific the estimation of a building. Last class also I'm discussing it. Hope this part is clear. Next class we'll move to specifications. Okay. No doubts. Next class we'll go to specification, tenders, And you have specifications, rate analysis, tender, beats, contracts. Okay, these coming classes are very interesting. If you want to learn, please join. Not, not don't join just for attendance. Any doubts? Okay, then write your roll number in the chat box. If you don't have any doubts, then write your roll number. Those who wrote their roll number, they can leave. I think everyone wrote their roll number. Anyone left? Okay, thank you then.